Dear viewers, today we will be talking about thyroid hormones and its synthesis in human beings. You are quite familiar with the role of thyroid hormones, and it's quite important, especially as it contains the BMR. So here is we go, and that is thyroid glands anatomy. It is located over the trachea and connected by an isthmus. It has two lobes, you see, right and left lobe, and its total weight is 15 to 20 grams. Uh, Thyroid gland is composed of over a million of clusters of follicles, and these follicles are spherical and consist of epithelial cells that surround the central mass that's called usually colloidal in nature. And the thyroglobulin is storage room for the hormones. And the hormones being secreted, the major hormones are the thyroxine T4 or tetraiodothyronine or the triiodothyronine, that is T3. Of course, there is thyroid stimulating hormones, which role is important in regulating these T3 and T4 hormones. Here is the follicle. You see, this is the thyroid follicle. It looks in a low image resolution like this in the microscopy, and once this one is magnified, you see, you can find it that there is a blood capillary, and then there is the parafollicular C cells, and there is the blood vessels on this, the lymphatic vessels, and of course there is basement membrane, and this also it is richly supplied with blood vessel, lymphatic tissues, and of course in between there is a 30 Bg or the thyroglobulin, to which these T3 and T4 are present in binded form. Now, what happens at the cellular level once we take food, and from food, the iodine is absorbed into the blood. This is blood, and this is the thyroid follicle, one thyroid follicle. So you see what happens. Then the iodine is uptaken through the iodide pump into the thyroid follicle, and this iodine is then to the oxidase enzyme converted into molecular iodine, and this is condensate with tyrosine, which is an amino acid, into tyrosine or diiodotyrosine. And once two molecules of diiodotyrosine condense to form T4, and one of this, so it carries two iodine molecules and one iodine molecule, so it's going to synthesize T3. Thus T3 and T4 are synthesized, and they are then stored within the central mass of this thyroid follicle, and you see with the thyroglobulin. And when the body is in need of T3 and T4, so under the action of proteolytic enzyme, this is released, and the T3 and T4 now are in free forms consequently, so the level of T3 and T4 rises inside the cell. What is important now, you can regulate all these things. So the thyroid iodide pump is regulated by the perchlorate or thiocyanate, and they are very good drugs in the experiment, in the hand of experimental pharmacologists, though they are not used clinically nowadays. And then the thiamides, these are classical antithyroid drugs available nowadays. These are in the market like carbamazole, methimazole, and you see they inhibit the condensation of iodine and subsequently inhibit the synthesis of T3 and T4, and thus regulates the case of hypothyroidism. Now, thyroid function test is usually advised. It contains T4 and T3 and TSH as well. You see, if I carry you back, so here the TSH come and stimulate this one. If the body is in need of T3 and T4, if T3 and T4 are less, you see, so then the TSH level is raised, and this will regulate all the cell. So what is the message? In nutshell, the message is that T3 level are usually 80 to 180 microgram per deciliter, whereas T4 level are 5 to 15 microgram per deciliter. With the serum TBG ratio up to T4 is, that is an index of free hormones. So sometimes you can find the free level or find the binded T4. Nevertheless, what is important? It's dose and dosimetry. So in case of hypothyroidism, you need to give supplements of T3 and T4, like what you can say thyroid preparation. And in case of hypothyroidism, you have to stop the iodine condensation. This is the basic principle of the pharmacotherapy. Now, In case of hypothyroidism, the thyroid USP preparation usually contains 30 to 250 milligram. Uh, that the total dose is 30 to 250 milligram of the thyroid USP preparation that is given once a day for the oral route, or the thyroglobulin. I mean, the globulin, the protein along with protein, then the dose is high, of course, that's 150 milligram per day. So it depends upon whether the preparation is in form of thyroid globulin or purely thyroid USP preparation. So you can give the in this recommended dosage form, but you have to regulate, you have to calculate the dose and dosimetry so far as response is concerned. I hope now you understand how the thyroid hormone synthesized and how they are given in hypothyroidism and hypothyroidism. Thank you.